Today's PAX Day video is all about the deep, dark undergrowth of the game's developers, the game itself, and the community that is either defending it or the majority that is against it. Now, I put out a review video a few days ago about how the game is simply not ready, and today's topic is going to be more of a time capsule, because we all want games to succeed, but at the same time, I want to historically document this game, because I've been wanting to play it and be part of it for a very long time, but whoever runs the game, whoever owns the game, doesn't want me to be part of it, and it's whatever. It's their game, they can do what they want, but essentially, we're going to be making a little time capsule of things that people are saying, both good and bad, and what the developers are promising, and see a year later if they ever delivered on any of it. So it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a wild one. Strap in. It's very heated. If you're very sensitive about opinions on video games, or you're a diehard fan of the game and you want to debate me, I read and reply to every comment, so feel free to talk to me in the comment section. Let's get right into this. Okay, so we're going to start with the developers' promises, and then we're going to talk about what the players think of the game, and the diehard fans, how they're vehemently defending the game. And then we're going to talk about the corruption of the company itself, how much money they have left to develop this game, how much time they have left. It's all speculative, it's all allegedly-ness or whatever, but we're going to figure it out together. So let's look right now. The road ahead. There was a big old forum post with a whole bunch of explanations, but we're just going to go over the image here. So prop signs. Now, this is a building game first and foremost. Think of like Minecraft, Valheim, etc. Those games all in the very earliest of early builds had a way to put a sign on stuff or near stuff, so you could type in, oh, this box is for potatoes. This box is, Swole Benji's house. You put a little sign on your house, right? So I think that's what prop signs are. Hopefully it allows text, but you never know. Sometimes woke developers do not want you to add text to anything, even though currently players who played the alphas are simply using the buildings itself to spell out words. Very small little wooden plank things that you can, kind of finagle into, being like a tavern or something. Expand building sets. So this is mostly about, oh, you want like an outdoorsy set, a wilderness set, a fishing set, a nautical set. It's just decorative, slop you see in most cozy games. Grapevine wall pieces. This is the same thing as expanding building sets. Why is this a point on its own? New furniture. This is the same thing as expanding building sets. Who designed this image? This image clearly didn't have a quality assurance manager check through this. Building, crafting, and balancing. Okay, so yes, they're going to balance the game. Hey, okay, I mean, right now, the balancing is basically 1 day's worth. So hopefully something gets balanced. We'll see, though. Recipe tracker, that's a normal quality of life thing most games have. Not really. I didn't really need a recipe tracker when I was playing, but whatever. It's because I play video games for a living, maybe. Improved permission system. Now, I did have a few issues with the permission system. Sometimes I would give clan access to some streamers so they could, use my chests. And sometimes those chests would randomly default back to private mode and they couldn't use them anymore. Farming planters. This is like growing crops. I'm all for growing crops in games. Let's see how long it takes for them to get. Remember, I'm filming this on June 17th, 2024. How long do you think it's going to take for them to implement this one? Now, we have the adventure mode, new spells. Well, in my days of alpha, I never got a single spell. Solo players just don't get to use magic. We're muggles, baby. So, improved combat feel. I'm gonna guess 3 to 6 months. I'm gonna guess. New enemies. Okay, that's fine. Weather effects. Oh boy. Now, let's hope, and I really hope that the weather effects are server side. This means if I'm in Discord with a bunch of people and it's raining on my screen, I don't want it to be sunny on theirs. This was a problem in a game called Red Dead Redemption 2. Improved NPC behaviors. So the enemies? Better crowd control. Well, it was good and then they nerfed it, so just bring the old crowd control back. Unveil the lore. A lot of people don't really care about lore. You can do whatever you want with the lore. I've never memorized lore in any games. That I don't know. Lore is this silly. I only care about gameplay. But some people do care about lore. New gear. Okay. More grinding stuff. Civilizations. We have clan tabards. Oh boy. Not a big deal for me, but everyone wants to look the same and be in a little gang, whatever. Market stalls. This should have been shipped in the game. Gold economy. They took this away and they're bringing it back. Knight roll. What is the Knight and Soldier roll? I don't, who cares? Altars and miracles, okay? And friends list. Hey, I know a few games where the friends list is still screwed. Palea is one of them. The miscellaneous. We have key remapping. This is absolutely like a most basic of basic gaming feature. Why is it not here yet? Update to Unreal Engine 5.4, GeForce Now. Okay, so if this is a subscription-based game, I mean, you can kind of make GeForce Now work. Albion does it, but GeForce Now has a whole lot of problems with multi-boxing and scouts. So what this means is that if you can use GeForce Now in this game, someone with enough wallet power, with enough money, can have infinite accounts to scout and spy and patrol. And Albion has a huge problem with GeForce Now, but this is mostly for free-to-play games. I don't know why GeForce Now is a thing for PAX Day. Controller support, that's fine. I'm a PC enthusiast. I don't really care for controllers. Some games you have to use it. Some games it's comfy to use it on. Whatever. We have Dutch and French localization. Isn't the company like around those areas? Why is this not default? And voice chat. I love me some voice chat. They'll probably never put it in. I'm just gonna go ahead and solidify this one right now. This one ain't making it into the game ever. It's just not. And it would be nice if it did. I truly say it would be nice if it did. Now let's take a look at the Steam forums. This is the PAX Day Steam forums, and boy, oh boy, are they on damage control mode. They are locking and deleting threads and banning people from the forums. We have true colors shown, censorship starts, locking multiple threads. You can see all 4 of these threads got locked. I made a thread that got locked. A bunch of other people I know made threads that got locked out. And look, if I click this guy's thread, it's gone. Deleted and banned and forgotten. I'm surprised these aren't deleted yet. They probably will be. Probably once they, kind of shift down to the second or third page here. But we have another locked thread, another locked thread. Here's my thread with 127 replies locked. And this thread is 2 days old. And you want to know the reason why it got locked? Here's the reason that community manager Squid said, we are locking this thread as the conversation has stopped being productive. Yeah, it's not productive because people are coming in and flaming me and trolling me and stuff. And that's right, they banned me from. Yeah, they banned me because I made a thread talking about the good and the bad of their game. Which, if you've watched my review video, you already know all these talking points. Now, I do want to mention that for the ban reason, they said I was, hold on, let me look it up. So their reasoning was disrespectful towards the community. No, I wasn't. Creating inflammatory posts and comments. No, I was not. There is not a single one of those types of posts in this. This is just a catch-all that they just happen to say. And you can go to this exact thread right now. It is called Buyer Beware. Read this before purchasing and keep to the top. And you can read through all the pages if you want. I have not done a single thing. I've kept it civil, kept it nice, kept it orderly. And it's everyone else that kind of went off the rails here. But, this isn't a video about my ban or anything. Who cares? Now, I would show you also the PAX Day Discord and all of the crap fleeing that's going on in there. But I was also banned from that. Simply for just asking people basic things like, why do they feel this way? Or why do you think that is the way it is? I didn't do any kind of flaming or inflammatory stuff at all. It's just this Squid person, Mary, by the way, I figured out your name, is the person in charge of the community, and she has deemed that I just should not exist. But that's okay. I emailed the CEO of the company, and this took me a few hours to figure out their actual, personal email, but I did email the CEO, Thor, and nice name, by the way, and send me a key already, damn it. And I emailed a bunch of other people and, even Mary herself. I emailed her, I'm like, why did you do this? Why do you think this is fair? Why are you treating me this way? Is it because I'm a Westerner? What is the deal? And so I probably won't get a reply. I never get a reply on any of these companies that do this. Star Citizen does this. Albion Online does this. And a bunch of other little indie companies do this. It's typical industry standard behavior to completely nuke and delete all any kind of negativity, any kind of bad reviews, any kind of truthful reviews, because I'm going to explain later, these guys are on a very short timer. They don't have a lot of money left to make this game work. It is literally a cash grab. I'm going to show you the proof. But before we do that, I want to just capture some of the comments about this game, and that way we can just see in the future what went good, what went bad. So right now, I'm in the comments section of one of my own videos. This is a guide video that I made. And you can say, like this guy here says, the best start is not to buy this obvious scam. A lot of people are correcting me on my pronunciation of the Gneiss rock. They're saying it's pronounced nice, so the nice rock. Well, if they wanted to spell it nice rock, they should have spelled it not Gneiss. Anyway, that's like an old lady name. Gneiss. Okay, anyway. Not all old ladies were old once, you know. They used to be young. The point is that right now people generally have positive comments, you know. And they're maybe asking a few questions about gameplay. That's fine. You can see I reply to most of the posts you hear. More people correcting me on my pronunciation and spelling. Now, I do want to note, you're going to see a lot of the videos on the side here. And a lot of them are paid by this company to make positive videos on this game. They are paid sponsors. I am not a paid sponsor. Look, here's a guy. He's got a clown face. That's a nice thumbnail. Do not buy this game. 2,000 views 12 days ago. You know, I didn't get the ball rolling as quickly because I guess he got access earlier than me. But we're going to go look at some more comments. So here's more comments from actual real people and not paid promoters. That's how a lot of these developers do things now. Now, this is under my review video. The struggle is real. It's a big insult to gamers. This guy never got a key for alpha. He was one of the first to sign up. That's really scummy of a company, right? And, you know, I kind of started noticing a pattern when these really small, like, channels started getting copies of the game and I didn't. And I had been, like, supportive on Discord and Twitter and, you know, in videos and, you know, blah, blah, you know, really, like, working with the community and stuff. And, nope, just ignored completely. And I was thinking, are they being biased towards Westerners, or do they not want actual non-paid gamers looking at their game and talking about their game? Or maybe because I'm a guide creator YouTuber, I make video game guides, some people do feel that we ruin the meta of games because we solve the game as fast as possible and then everyone basically follows the most efficient way to play, and maybe the developers didn't want somewhat of my stature, of my size, influencing their entire player base to be min-maxed so that they get bored and play something else. That's my thought. That's my honest thought. But I think it might be more discriminatory than that, but we'll get into that later. Let's look at more comments. So Cosmo's comment here says that the game has potential, but there's many questions and opinions and reasonings. Why play a building game that has awful combat, gathering animations, because the gathering animations are ass. Like, everyone knows this, especially like compared to like New World, who has decent gathering animations and sound. There's no bosses, PvE focused, the PvP is terrible. Once you're done building your town, then what? Yeah, there's no gameplay loop, and that's the main number one complaint that people have. Is that, yes, I'm burping into the mic, I don't give a shit, is that there's no gameplay loop. A game has a loop, especially a live service monthly subscription game, which this game is not a monthly subscription game yet, but it is still a $100 price tag. A $100 price tag, mind you. And what's the gameplay loop? Once you build your buildings and your village and your cities and your pretty little stuff, you're basically done. There's nothing else to do. But they'll add it later. Okay, we'll see. That's what this video is about. This video is a time capsule. We're going to capture it and see what happens so that in a year from now, we'll see Nerd Studios making Death of a Game, PAX Dei. Or we'll see, you know, Josh Strife or Asmongold make a video like, this is why this game died. I don't know why they have that accent, okay? That's just headcanon for me. But let's see, what else do we have? You can say that a game like Minecraft, at least there's many more mobs and plenty of boss fights and explore hidden caves. It's also procedurally generated, whereas PAX Dei is not. Also, a lot of people, it's not mentioned here, but they're upset about the wipe cycle because, you know, all your buildings and hard work and grind are going away as soon as early access ends, which I think is fine. I'm for that. I don't think that when a game fully launches, that players should have to compete and play with already progressed turbo geeks that got in early. I hate that in games. I hate that so much. I want everyone to start on an even footing and then go from there. All right, let's get more comments. Now, this combat strain is talking about mostly Ultima Online, which is a very old MMORPG from the 90s, a very good one, mind you. And it did basically everything right. And the closest modern game to Ultima might be Arcade before all the pay-to-win crap. But that's all this conversation's about. We have, can't even build towers. It's height restricted. And yes, it is height restricted. Even with Foundations and other games where you can, like, you know, prop it up with, like, support beams. This game, once you build up a certain height, the building will start to crumble, which will then crumble even more of the walls. Now, me and another YouTuber, we were building a phallic tower, a very large tower in the shape of a, certain male body part. And so we got it pretty tall, and I was just the wood chopper. I just gave the supplies. He did all the building. But after a certain point, it crumbled, and it's like, well, can't make it that big. So the fact that you can't make actual life-sized castles, it's not gonna happen. Like you can't do it. You can maybe go up 7 stories or something, or I don't even know if it's stories. It's more like blocks. Like you can go 6 or 7 blocks in the air before it starts breaking down. It's not good. It's not good. Maybe they'll fix it. Hey, this is a time capsule. We'll see if they fix it. You can come back later and be like, "Swell, Benji, they fixed it." We have more people talking about dungeons and blah, 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 and enjoying other games, apparently. Now we have a few more concerning comments. That this is from former EVE Online devs, and EVE Online and Albion are very similar games, so I'm very experienced in those. And they say that, you can expect that high-end guilds will take over and control everything, and give it a month before the game is ruined by elitism, which... part of what ruined New World was elitism, and I was part of a massive guild that ruined 2 servers, so I know where this is coming from. I've witnessed this in Albion many years. It's a problem with games. I've witnessed this even on World of Warcraft, a theme park MMO. So if you think that making it a sandbox makes it immune to this, it makes it worse. Sandboxes are even easier to control by guilds and influence. This guy, after playing the second alpha, was not impressed, and that they're launching an EA and expect a ton of money, and they're going to wipe your progress at 1.0. No, not a chance. EA should be free to play with a choice to purchase or found it. And then one of their Twitch lead shills is the same guy who view botted New World with 20,000 live viewers. Now, I was around in New World, and I don't really pay attention to Twitch, but I don't not believe this, right? I think this sounds pretty plausible, but I don't have proof of it, so who knows? Now let's go to the most brain-dead place on the internet, Reddit, and let's look at their comments. So, this person is making fun of the $20 per plot or $20 per month charge, and they're like, don't listen to YouTubers, that's crazy. Now, let me just tell you, because it's probably me that they're referencing without actually saying my name, because I'm like Voldemort. If they say my name, I know about it, and then I come for vengeance or whatever. I don't know. But the point is that in my currency, in my part of the world, Albion Online, $20 a month. Final Fantasy XIV, $20 a month. World of Warcraft, $20 a month. EverQuest, whatever, $20 a month. Arcade, $20 a month. Every single MMO, Mortal Online 2, 10 or 20 bucks a month. I forget. It's been a long time. But a $20 a month is a safe and pretty median bet of a monthly fee for an MMORPG. And, if PAX Dei charges more, well, that's stupid. And if they charge less, great, awesome. Or not, because a monthly fee for a game to maintain your buildings is kind of extortion, I think. But what else do we have here? We have people saying that you only need 1 plot. No, here's the thing, dude. In an alternate universe where you, the same person that's you, but in a different reality, has 4 plots, that person is doing better. That person is winning. That person is achieving greater things. They're having better, more fancier buildings. They're making more friends. They're invited to bigger, better guilds. They're having the time of their life. And the person with the 1 plot is not. And so, yeah, you're not winning with the 1 plot. You are winning with the 4 plots. Maybe all this person needs is 1 plot because they're too lazy to capitalize the letter I, even though they did it here, and they don't put an apostrophe in you are, or your for short, right there. So maybe they're just a lazy gamer that can get by with 1 plot kind of sort, and they're not really try-harding, and they don't really care about progression. And because it was alpha and it's wiping anyway, they're like, well, I'm fine with 1 plot, while they got to barely Iron Age tools and armor. Whereas everyone else that knows the game, there are way more crafting benches that you need to unlock. And unless you spiral a tower upward, which can only go 6 or 7 blocks up, you're not going to be able to make a cool little building that you want to make, like a Lego set. You have to literally use your entire plot for refining stations and storage and crafting benches, unless you outsource it to someone else or want to play some sort of econ game in a game with no trade system. You know how to trade right now in PAX Dei? You and the person you're trading with stand on the opposite ends of a field. You drop your item, they drop their item, you run over and pick it up before the other person can run back and pick it up. That's how you trade. It's very archaic and basic. Even in the 90s, these games had trade systems where you can open a heads-up display kind of thing and put your trade barter in a window and accept. This game doesn't even have that yet, and there's not a lot of time left to develop these basic things. We're going to go over the company's financials in just a little bit. Now we have this comment that says, YouTubers are incentivized to be clickbaity and overly dramatic. So let me talk about this for a second. Now, yes, the corporate YouTubers who work at a job and sit at an office desk and hire editors and hire thumbnail designers, and there's like a team of 6 people running a corporate channel where they take sponsorships and they take corporate deals and paid deals to say, oh, this game is so good, even though they know it's terrible. Those guys, yes, are incentivized to do all of those things. Independent YouTubers who are simply just using YouTube as a way to enhance their hobby and love of gaming, like myself, who don't take sponsorships, who aren't paid to play games. I wish I was, but probably not. The point is that not all of us YouTubers are like that. Now, what's really messed up is because I'm a very sizable YouTuber, I've been very lucky to grow an audience as big as I have. The fact that I've been mistreated by this company so harshly, banned for not breaking any rules, even though they say that I broke rules, even though I didn't. The fact that they're giving, the shill company YouTubers the free keys and not actual people who love MMORPGs and video games in general the keys, that's really messed up. And if it's happening to me, if I'm getting unfairly banned for simply voicing an opinion about a gameplay mechanic and how it could be improved, or if people are attacking me in masses and I'm simply asking them why they feel that way, that's all I did on their Discord, by the way. It was just ask my haters, why do they feel that way? Just to get them to keep talking, right? But the point is if I'm getting banned for this, and I'm a very sizable, important VIP guy, not really, I'm just a dude that plays games and has a channel, who cares? It's happening to a lot of people who don't have channels, who don't have YouTubes, who don't have a voice, who can't make a video and have thousands of people see it and see what happened. Those people are squelched, smashed out, stomped out, deleted, and it's as if they never existed. And if a company who is struggling financially and struggling to launch a game in early access is treating their customer base how they treated me, there is very little hope for the company, right? It's ridiculous. It's like you go to a restaurant and they're all spitting in your food and they're not, and it's not a goth IHOP. You don't want spit in your food unless it's, well, I already told the joke, but you get the idea, right? You don't want to be ostracized and mistreated and, bullied at the restaurant. You go there to eat the food and enjoy the food and the atmosphere and the company, right? Whereas this game company is just making a game hoping a bunch of old boomers, and that's what it is. The majority of the player base that actually like this game are in their 50s, and that's okay. That is totally fine if that's your thing. I mean, New World had a much older player base, right? We're not all Fortnite gamers and Roblox gamers here, though we should be. The point is that, it's a different customer base. And those guys, for what it's worth, is what this guy said too. I don't think the old timers would enjoy being treated this way either. So my video is going to get it out there that that's how they're treating their customers, and that's ridiculous. Now, this poster says it's crazy that they put themselves in a financial position to have to launch now. And this person asks, well, info, proof, and he posts. He makes another Reddit post here, which it has a link here, and it explains essentially, and I'll show you the pitch book, here's the, latest deal amount, $23.2 million. This is a venture capital-backed company, and you have the numbers here. So 2019, $2.2 million, jumped up to $23 million, and there hasn't really been any posts since then, right? So in, almost 3 years, they're probably most likely burned through this money. According to this poster, not me, it's all speculative, it's all who knows what. But this person says the average salary of a game maker, whatever, senior dev, $100K a year. Very nice pay, by the way, man. I've never made more than $17 to $30K, and that was as a grocery store manager. But, oh boy, that's a lot of money. That is a whole lot of money. Now, the point is he does the math, he does all the diving stuff, and he says they have about a year left. They burnt through about 2/3 of their fund money, allegedly. I don't know. This is just this poster speculation. And that if they don't, get any money within 1 year, it's toast, game over, close the doors, file for bankruptcy, try again with a new game. Now back to comments and contrasts from the official PAX Day YouTube channel. It's all positive because they curate their comments. You could literally try posting a negative comment about the game, how the game sucks, or the gameplay isn't there, or it's not worth the subscription pay, and then check back a few days later, and your comment will still show up for you, but what you have to do is go into a private browser and then look for your comment, and it will be gone. All right, this is just basic YouTube functionality. YouTubers can do this. They can delete comments they don't like. I never delete comments. If you have a bad word or a hyperlink to a website, my channel automatically deletes it. That's just a safety concern. That's not something that I personally do. And you'll notice all these little, happy-go-lucky, yay comments, which, really speaks to the shareholders. And like, look at all our good comments. Wow. But it's a stark contrast when you start going to any other channel, even the ones that were paid to shill the game. Also, I just want to mention this user right here. He is trying so hard to be the face of the game, and there's usually a few things that happens with YouTubers like that. Either they really, really, really like the game, in which case, go get them, Tiger. I'm rooting for you. I want you to build a big, successful channel so you never have to work in real life ever again, and the game devs love you and promote all your stuff on the front page of their launcher, and kudos to that because, that's what we all want as YouTubers. But the majority of people who are just dedicated to one single game, who just appear out of nowhere with no following, are almost always and forever known as secret employees. I mean, that's just how it is. That's how it happens. So, hopefully he's not a secret employee working for PAX Day and moonlighting as a YouTuber, but we'll see in the future. We'll see. So now we have a comment section of a paid promoted YouTuber. They're like, oh, this game's great, can't wait. And you can see all the negative comments. Don't trust a content creator for having opinions in a sponsored video. Amazing, fantastic. Buddy, are we looking at the same game? Now, Kitty Burger here knows the score, right? So it'll be high definition Minecraft. This will die immediately or explode. It's not exploding. Let's see. This looks like something I would enjoy, but I am turned off by the price. And that's the main complaint of the game, is the price tag. $40 for one small plot. Yes, it's very small. It is very, very small. It's like 5 or 6 steps in either direction from the middle. It's not that big at all, right? But you have to join a guild, and then you can expand your plot and share your plot. No, not 92% of people don't do guild stuff. That's not, no. All right, and if you want to make a guild-centric game, congrats. No one will play it. I hope it doesn't have people building crap everywhere just to claim the location. Yep. Dude, they do it in Rust. They do it in every single game where you can build. They did it in Arc Age. In early Arc Age, entire clans would just take all the land. They didn't need or use the land. They just took it all because screw anyone else that gets to do it. So these guilds, these wallet warriors, they're going to be buying those $100 4-plot accounts, and they're going to literally have 200 people in their Discord server coordinating this, and they are going to take over a whole chunk of the map, and you're never allowed to go there. It will be walled off, and I know some guy in my comments was like, you can't wall off things. Yes, you can. Yes, you absolutely can. And, whoa, there's no doors. Okay, there's walls that you can't break down as a player, walls that you can't climb or get around as a player. Maybe there's a spell that lets you walk through walls. I haven't seen it yet. But what the guild can do is, hey, we need to go out and farm. Destroys wall, puts wall back up. There we go. We're safe and secure, even though there's no safety problems anyway. It's hopeful and wishful and foolish thinking to think that people are going to play nice in a full loot PvP game. Are you insane? The only time people play nice in a full loot game is when they control all the resources and all the money, and they have so much money that they start selling that in-game money for real life money, and then they do what's called hand holding. And you see this in EVE, you see this in Albion, and it's whenever the top guilds basically become the rulers of the game. And if you dare defy them, they delete your base, they kill you, they loot everything, you can't play anymore. And if you don't pay their taxes, you're not allowed to build. You're not allowed to exist in the Black Zone in Albion if you do not bend the knee to their will. And that's what this game will become if Sweatlord Mega Guilds decide to play it. And the subscription fee and the cost of the game will deter a lot of these guilds because 200 people aren't going to want to pay $100 plus $20 a month. And that will happen. But if there's even a few it's time to move servers, it's time to change maps, this map is ruined, that guild is there, and then everyone will quit or everyone will stop playing except for the guild, and then they'll move somewhere else where they're near Asmongold or whoever the big streamer for the game is, maybe that Eltari guy, if I even said his name right, and then they'll go ruin him and wall him off and take all his resources and camp him constantly. So here's some more good comments. The jumping in the game looks ridiculous, not a big deal, that can be fixed. I don't need to get ripped off. And this guy, if you buy the early access, you'll need to buy the game again on release. What? No, I don't think this person knows what they're talking about, right? Game reminds me of Worm. Hey, you know who made Worm Online? Notch, who made Minecraft. It's a slow game. They did blah 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 about the clay. The thing with this kind of sandbox is literally entirely reliant on the quality of the community. If the player base is trash, they will make the game trash for everyone, and people will abandon it bit by bit. Dude, do you know basic human nature? Everyone is this way. Everyone. Even if they don't want to be. You become the trash. Now, this poster said it very, very good. And they said that this game basically doesn't do anything remarkable. The game is unremarkable. It doesn't do anything better than any other open-world crafting game. It doesn't do the MMO part well. It doesn't do a lot of anything right now. It's a mediocre take on a genre that's flooded with games already. And it doesn't offer anything unique. That is going to be its biggest issue. And I absolutely agree with this person here. And even Red Forbin, is that 70? Yeah, that's a 70s show guy. It'd be funny if it really was him, wouldn't it? And of course it's not. But he says that he basically agrees. You know, it's a beautiful looking game because it's Unreal Engine. They all look the same. Unreal games all look and they all feel and they all move and they all play the freaking same. All right? And everyone's like, it's just an alpha. Okay, bye. And this guy still thinks Worm Online is better, even with the old graphics. I miss Worm Online. Now, we have another post here that's basically saying that if it's not a theme park, then there's no quests or tutorials. Okay, so it's not a traditional MMO, but it's not a medieval simulator. It's not a survival game, and it's not a single-player game. It's a social sandbox game, but then why is there only one roleplay server? Shouldn't they all be roleplay servers? Then you have the game pillars about collecting, crafting, building home. PvP is only in a certain part of the map with rare resources, but then you just said it's not a theme park MMO, but you're telling us where to go and how to progress, and yet, you know, they marked off certain parts of the map as, you know, certain parts of the map, which is basically a theme park, right? Basically, yeah. And this poster, who does not like me, by the way, even though he's got the America flag, says that it's a social experiment to see. I'm going to sum it up. If you know what 2B2T is for Minecraft, it's a very chaotic server, just a complete wasteland, and it's very hard to find, you know, building areas early on, unless you massively travel. But that's probably what the game is going to be. But yeah, social experiment. So one of the biggest threads on the Steam forums is the subscription model will 100% kill this, with up to 12 pages before they locked it, of course. Man, oh man, they do not like this opinion of their game. And you know, I showed you why. They're basically gonna like go bankrupt in 1 year if they don't like pull something together. Alright, some more juicy YouTube comments here. We have the PAX Dei devs are former Blizzard CCP. I don't know what that is. Communist China Party? Ubisoft employees as well. Despite the small indie dev appearance, it's already being handled like a low-key AAA launch, Rust early access, vague misleading infographics, and monetization plan that's currently more developed than the game itself. Very well said there, man. And there was a comment earlier that I couldn't find, but it was a guy complaining how he had to chop down like 65 million trees to successfully craft one shield, and I really feel the pain on that one, man. The crafting is a joke in this game. Oh, it's so painful. Let's see, what else do we have? Let's see. Anything good here? No? Okay. This one says, I was surprised at the state when I logged into the last alpha so much that I have zero interest in checking it out again anytime soon. Rough doesn't begin to describe it. It feels to me like their venture capital funders have told them to bring in some revenue or else. Did they make it an Unreal 3? At least I know why I couldn't find combat, but, you know, couldn't find any streamers doing any either. Combat is just a series of animations and number crunching. Applying it later as development is fine. Now, I want to show you the popularity of PAX Dei, and because there are actual Redditors who think that this game is going to have 500,000 people playing it on launch. No, it's not, and let me show you why. First off, this is a keyword inspector tool for YouTubers, and this shows how many searches the game had in the last 28 or 30 days or something like that. 821,252 for PAX Dei, and if I take away the space, even less, only 27,000, so it's not a spelling issue. Now, if I type in Albion Online, which is what I currently mostly play on my channel, you can see it's at least 1 million, so it's a free-to-play phone MMO is slightly more popular than PAX Dei. But what if we type in a real game? How about Fortnite? If you type in Fortnite, 13.6 million. Okay, that's not bad. Minecraft, okay. 20.8 million. Okay, Roblox, 13.9 million. How about a new game? Wuthering Waves, 29.7 million. There's a reason Damone Kim is making Wuthering Waves videos, okay? And the reason why he's probably so pro bono about PAX Dei is they're probably paying him for it. So this is Google Trends. This is another way to track popularity. You can see your PAX Dei versus Albion Online. Albion Online clearly way more popular, way more up there. And you can try other games if you want to just see, like here's Fortnite. You can see that it completely flatlines PAX Dei, and Fortnite is all the way up here. You type Roblox. There we go. Get Roblox in there. Boom, there you go. And if we compare Roblox to Fortnite, obviously Roblox probably the winner. Yeah, it's a pretty big diff, right? So you can see, just if you know how to read basic graphs and bars, and you can see that PAX Dei is a little itty-bitty baby, and they're wanting to charge you $100 dues for 4 plots, and in 1 year, you lose all your progress, and then the monthly fees start. And if you don't pay the monthly fees, then all the base building you did and all the resource collecting you did is gonzo forever. Anyone can just run up and loot your decaying base. Probably, most likely, allegedly. All right, we've ranted long enough. We've collected enough evidence, enough time capsule footage. Let's see where this game's at in 1 year. It's going to be dead. I have never been wrong with my MMORPG predictions. And I wasn't even going to make this video, but your community manager, Squid, pushed me to do this for unfairly banning me, so it's all her fault. I want someone from corporate to pull her into the manager's office, have a sit down and talk with this woman, and tell her that it's not okay to treat her loyal fan base like this, and that especially not someone of my size and stature. That's right, I'm using the YouTube flex. I'm going to do it. I have no shame. I don't care what you think. But to treat me, of all people, like that, when I did nothing wrong, I'm the victim. Ban the trolls, don't ban me. I didn't break any rules, even though I'll find the screenshot. Yeah, here it is. You are banned in the PAX Dei Discord, trolling, breaking all the server rules, and causing arguments. Look, me existing on a server does not cause arguments. What causes an argument is you allowing people to dox me, name call me, try to, do all that kind of bad stuff. And I'm just there trying to talk about the game. I'm not trying to incite, people to argue with me or anything. If they choose to argue with me, that is on them. It is not my fault. It's literally the comparison of, a woman walking down a street in a skimpy skirt and saying, oh, well, she deserved it. No, she didn't. She's allowed to wear what she wants. I'm allowed to exist in a Discord. Just because I'm a famous person does not mean that I deserve to be treated harshly and then banned because you, the community manager, Mary, is too lazy to ban all the trolls. And no, it's not a trolley problem where, oh, you can run one person over or run 20 over. If there's 20 criminals and one good guy getting mugged, you arrest the 20 criminals. That is justice. That is how the world works. Maybe not in your little, fun land in Paris or whatever, but that's just how it truly is. Anyway, that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. PAX Dei sucks. Don't buy it. And upvote the video because all the people that shill for this game and all the clowns that think it's going to be a good game are going to downvote it. So I need your help, and click the video on the right side of your screen. And also make sure to tell the devs to send me a key so I can do some wacky builds. I'm a big YouTuber. My audience wants to see it. It's free advertising for your game. And if you don't give me a game key, then guess what? Your company dies in a year. That's how it is. It's not a threat or anything. It's just simple math that if you don't start giving big YouTubers like me a key to your game will not be advertised to the right audiences, and no one will play it. And then, oops, those venture capitalist dudes, will have wasted their money. There you go. At least you got some job experience for your LinkedIn profile, Mary.